Welcome back to the Mess Show. So, let's see what we got here. Hang on a second. Oh, Lordy. I've got to get younger, is what I've got to do. Oh, Lordy. I got to grab my tablet. Okay, so this stream's a little bit different, and this is one of those, it's all Cadol's fault. Um, So on last night's stream on Kadal's channel, he went through, did an engine swap of a Nissan Silvia, I think it was. Oh, my tablet's dead. Okay, well, let's get this thing on charge. Anyway, he did an engine swap on a Sylvia. He swapped in a GTR motor. It actually produces like 900 horsepower. It's like stupidly ridiculous. Um, and then he started going around Sardinia. Well, he was able to lap everybody except for the top five. Now, with that being said, it was his second race. He's still in the process of fine tuning his car to be able to run that. And in one of my streams recently, I went through and was able to demonstrate how I went through and was able to lap the field like he did. And on Sardinia in a Group 3 car, what he did in a F2, F3 car. Anywho, so what I am going to do is I'm going to come up with my own little Franken chamber car. Hang on a second, gotta send a text. So I'm going to come up with my own little Franken car, which I have somewhat already done. Oh no, I want not top messages, all messages. Just in case somebody pops in while this is going on. So what did I do? I went in the form of, okay, so let me rewind a little bit. Let's go into my garage. So Le Mans was my money track forever. Now, the one unique thing about Le Mans, and I haven't been on Le Mans since the new update. Actually, I haven't been on any of the money tracks since the new update. So let's come down here to Dodge. Actually, let me back up a little bit. So pretty much any car you see two of that is not a Group 3 or Group 4 race car, like case in point, this has been retired. This is brand new. This was a gift. This was bought. I've got another one no, I retired that one. That one's retired. That's a new one. Anyway, so other than the race cars, anything that you see a duplicate of is a car that I modified. Like this one is Kittens. This one is Little Man's. This one is Koala. Um, Mainly because, I mean, let's be honest, there's just, yeah, you really can't, yeah. Um, but we come down here to Dodges, okay? So I've got multiple Dodges. I've got three of the Super B, different setups for what I did on Le Mans because I couldn't get these cars powerful enough to run on Sardinia, which is where I'm at with this. It's not powerful enough to run on Sardinia, but it is powerful enough to run on Le Mans. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and see what I can do with this car. That way, the next time I build a Franken car, I can take it to Sardinia because at the end of the day, Cadal is going to end up getting the lap on the entire field first. I mean, short, sweet, to the point. But this is a really good starting point for me. Excuse me, I had to take a hit off my vape. So, let's come over here. Now, what did I do to this thing? Let's go to car settings. I bought a bunch of tires. Got the fully customizable suspension. Um, don't think I did anything with didn't do anything with brake ballast. Did put a front air dam and rear spoiler on it. Put the racing air filter, racing muffler. So this car has been engine swapped with the 5-liter Coyote engine. And then we come over here, I bored it up, I balanced it, I polished it, put a high lift cam in, put a racing crankshaft in, and then I did the up to stage 3 um, body weight reduction. So hang on, before we do this, I know, let's drop that down to 95, leave that at 100, roll bars, yeah, no, we're not doing that. Let's go 6 there, 5 there, leave the rest of this where it is. Let's make the toe 10. Let's go 10 and 30 on the toe angle, and that's for the cornering. So, whereas yes, I did put this thing through a weight reduction, it's still, well, it's rather weighty. So, downforce, front and rear from the air dam and the wings. Let's go 75 here. Go 3/4 of the power, and then 150 there. We're going to change the top speed. Let's go 300. Okay, now, will this car hit 300 miles an hour? Absolutely not. So, but there's that. I'm leaving it with the standard stock. Okay, so whenever I take a vintage muscle car, such as this, and I decide that I want to hot rod it, just like Cadal does, and Cadal does the same thing, then he goes through, we just leave the exterior and we just mess around with the insides. We mess with the powerful bits. But I did change the wheels on it, put the air dam on it. 351 ram air, not anymore. Whereas I am not a particular fan of this particular body style, it's still doable. It is. Okay, let's run Le Mans. Pretty much killing time until 3 o'clock in the morning when the races switch. Which I may do that during the stream, but during this stream I will probably join the party with Sarge and Cadal, because right now they're in a party. Let's come over here. No. Actually, you know what? Let's see what happens. I'm at 658 car settings. Let's go to... Oh yeah, this is a horrible idea. Let's put soft tires on. That is so not what I wanted. Alrighty. Let's see if we see anything that will allow us to actually even remotely be anything remotely even close to competitive. Maybe, possibly. See, I was kind of hoping that maybe I had a BMW engine that I could swap in, because that would have been cool, because I would have grabbed a Z8 and gone to town. Okay, so the reason why I put top speed up as high as I did is to prevent a wheel spin. Which obviously did not work. Ah, this thing corners like it's on oatmeal. I see with Cadell being in VR, he actually isn't able to see what his top speed is. I was trying to save it. I was. I swear to God I was. Yeah, let's take a 71 Mustang and put it in a race with these guys. Oh dear God, this is such a bad idea. Oh no, 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 no. And yeah, I'm actually going to do the spectator view of this race when I'm done. Oh. Yeah, I'm burning the hell out of these back tires. you for being my little buffer there, Lexus. Did I put the racing transmission in here? Get out of my way. Now I did go through and put the carbon fiber. This is so silly. I did put the carbon fiber brakes on this. Okay, so I've got an awesome range of 3 laps on fuel. Oh dear God, why did this become a good idea? Oh Lordy, again I blame Cadol. It is a good looking car though. Even though I'm not a big fan of the body design because of the, like, yeah, it's like, yeah. Really? Seriously? That was a Porsche. This is going to take some tinkering with, but oh dear Lord. Okay, so I'm wondering if I go through, increase the max horsepower again to give the, so we can get that at the top speed. Come here, vet. Because in the immortal words of Carol Shelby, we'll eat those vets for breakfast. Get out of my way. change the dampening a little bit, change the transmission. Nope, 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 nope. I'm smoking the hell out of these tires. Yeah, let's go ahead and change tires since I'm already in here. So, as the stream title says, Mez and a bottle of wine, because Mez has a bottle of wine. Okay, so what I just did there was I took the fuel mixture and I leaned it out as much as I could. Pretty much spent the first half of the race on full power. So if we can do because at this point in time, we're just doing stuff in the name of science. Okay, so all leaned out. My max speed is 160 miles an hour. And see, the funny part about it is the reason why Kandal and I do as well as we do on this track, and don't get me wrong, we're not like the top 250 in the world or anything, it's just because of us farting around in different Franken cars on this track. When we get to the point to where we're in a normal Group 3 or Group 4 race car, that we realize, hey, this is how this thing is going to behave, and we go through it. We're able to go through and drive our respective race cars the ways that we do. Okay, so interesting fact about whenever you're in the World Circuits. So essentially your car that you're driving has got all of its power, all of its behaviors, all of the way that it was designed from the factory. The cars that you are going against are bought based on the average of that particular car and model for the track. So with me going total fuel savings, going to fuel saving at the first check mark. I'm actually within 5,000ths of a second to my best time. So with my Franken car, it is best that I don't just like the 4GTs, don't let the thing get into first gear. Caveat being the 2018. That one you can allow to go into first gear. Softs, and when we come out, we are going to... Actually, according to this, if I fill up, I could go like full tilt and give me all the power. Now, I believe Cadell's first race, he finished like second, I believe, I think, maybe, possibly, I don't know. See if I took the engine out on gas a little bit, if it actually stops it from... Actually it does, so... Okay, so during that last series, you probably couldn't see it all that great on your screen. You may have been able to hear it depending upon the quality of your speakers, but essentially I needed to increase my fuel map to prevent wheel spin. Interesting. Okay, so my first race in my Franken car. I ended second. So it's going to take some tinkering. But, yeah, stuff and things. I got a clean race bonus, almost 500,000. Alright, let's see what this looks like. Meanwhile, that Ford 2018 Ford GT is like, who let Grandpa on the track? I mean, all in all, I was able to keep my lines pretty good. It's just a matter of trying to figure out how to harness the power. Now, before anybody goes through and starts blowing up my comment section about, oh my god, that could never happen. Okay, yes, this is a heavier car, but if you notice the aerodynamics of the 71 Mach 1 versus the aerodynamics of some of the other cars, they're actually not that different. Oh, that hurt the baby. Got that thing as about as squatted as I can get it. Although one thing I may do is go through and increase the downforce. I really don't want to max out the downforce per se on the front air dam and on the rear spoiler, but I am going to go through and at some point go through and like squash the car, meaning I'm going to max out the downforce on the air dam and on the rear spoiler, and I'm going to take the suspension down to nothing. Downside to it is that means I'm going to blow through my tires. But with the new tire physics, your soft tires actually last longer. Yeah, if it wasn't for the fact that that thing got such horrendous gas mileage when I have it completely opened out, my fuel was my limiting factor, not my tires. The boys from Detroit waiting for the 71 Mach 1 to come down the pit lane. Okay, so let's turn on some stats. Mez, meet Barry, R, and his brother, Barry, R. It's a bad band. So yeah, in case you didn't see in my previous live stream, I did re-sign with Ford for this next manufacturer series. First race is on the 15th, I believe it is. So that was my fault. That was just because, well, I didn't want to, yeah. So, I mean, for a Franken car, I was kind of surprised at how many of my things were still viable. How many of my brake markers and so on and so forth. I mean, obviously, I've got to adjust some of it, but, I mean, it's a 5-liter Coyote motor that I swapped into a 1971 Ford Mustang Mach 1 and then ported over, polished the ports. I mean, any engine upgrade that was even remotely available for it, I threw in there. Then went through, put it on the diet, dropped over 1,000 pounds on it. The one downside to it is I've only got one of these at the moment, so I pretty much Franken card the only car of this that I've got. So the title of the stream says Mez on a bottle of wine. So what is Mez drinking? At the moment, Mez is drinking Sutter Home. Oh, Lordy, hang on a second. Let me get up. Sutter Home Pink Moscato. It's a fruity, sweet wine. 111 was my fastest. Dear Lord, that was atrocious. Oh, Granddad's coming out the way. 1:45.754, which was my fastest lap. So, yeah. Actually, I will save you all the boringness of this. Came in second, 24 seconds behind Portilla in his Dodge Viper. Oh, let's see here. Oh, well, no, children. There we go. Okay, so yeah, that was Sardinia. Alright, so let's go and check in on Cody, or Kadal, as he is affectionately known as. Let's see, is he still on? Yes, he is. He is currently playing Elden Ring. So let's come in here. No, Mez is still streaming, so fortunately, Mez will be on his 3 minutes. So yeah, feel free to be you, provided that I can actually hear you. And actually, you know what? Let's check that out. Provided that I can actually hear you. And actually, you know what? Let's check that out. Provided that I can actually.
I think it comes default.
Really? Seriously?
Uh huh.
No, because I was telling a story, and you're an army vet just like I am, and we have a tendency to run our mouths. So, yeah, stop being so sensitive. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. You were one of those stress card soldiers. I forgot.
Yours were red, ours were yellow. No, we have one. We have one card. It's a yellow card. You take a knee. You get the fuck off my parade. After parade's done and everybody's sleeping in their barracks, I walk in. I take your yellow card. I rip it in half and I slap you senseless.
Okay, so
That's how yellow cards work.
we got new cards. Well, we've got a new car in Legends. Do we have anything new in used cars?
Do we have a tea bucket?
No, not in Legends, but there is two open slots, so hopefully. Okay, and again, friendly reminder, the reason why, let me back out of here, there was nothing of interest in the used car lot. Let me back out of here, go into my garage. So, Kadal and I have the same problem, but on different levels. Um,
For different reasons.
yeah, because whereas I have all of the Fords minus the T bucket. Kadal, I believe, is missing one of the GT40s.
Yeah, I'm missing the 66 Mach.
Are you are is
Or the 61, whichever one it is.
the 66 Mark One?
Yeah.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, look at the 38.
32. 32 Ford T bucket.
Yeah, the 32. Because
Oh,
I need to put a. I know, but I need to put a Voodoo engine in it.
yeah. He's got an engine. He's gonna Frankenstein his T bucket as soon as he gets it.
I gotta
So
turn it into a drag car.
yeah.
Steel rims.
Yeah.
Yeah. They went from being on spoke tires to actual tires with rims.
Alright, so okay, so in previous streams, I'd gone through and said, and actually my last stream is the only stream I said it in, was the fact of they had nerfed the Group 3 cars. Whereas, no, I'm not going into Dragon Trail. I'm going to the rent event specific for a reason. Okay, so when cars got nerfed, they also got reassigned. So my Mustang, my Group 3 Mustang, used to be on the third row. It is now on the bottom row. My Z4 used to be on the bottom row. Now it's on the second row. Now, there are quite a few cars, like if you were to look at Cadal and say, hey, you know that Skyline that you love so much? It is now classified as the absolute worst Group 3 car in the game. Cadal will come and cut your throat because he
Which
loves that car.
Skyline?
Your Skyline, the
My
Skyline Super
Silhouette?
Silhouette 84,
Yeah.
it is now classified according to Polyphony as the absolute worst Group 3 car in the game.
No, but I can see that. Yeah, no, I
uh,
can see that. When they first put that out, and I said the fucking thing was way OP, and it shouldn't have been the way it was, quote unquote, driving on Monza. I was like, this car shouldn't handle like this.
okay, so the car that Cadal spent 11 million credits on is still the number one car. But what is interesting to me is the Viper is now the number three car.
Who fell asleep?
The Viper is the third most powerful Group 3 car in this game. That spot used to be held by the Ford GT Le Mans Spec 2 test car. My preferred race car, the Ford GT Le Mans Spec 2 race car, is now on the fifth
Fifth.
shelf instead of the top shelf. The Huracan took a hit. The Ford GT 2018 race car is now beneath the Supra and the Beetle.
That's
And the
pretty bad.
Beetle.
It's below the Beetle.
It's below the Beetle.
Where does Adwan's little Suzuki SVT rank? VGT
Suzuki SVT.
rank now?
Let's see, how many? 5,
Okay, let's.
10.
I got you, Jenkins.
It
Deep
is.
Prime.
You're going to love this. You're going to love this. The the Suzuki is beneath the Suzuki is right beneath the Genesis.
Perfect. I'm glad the Genesis is fucking gone. Where did they stick the Genesis at?
The Genesis is now smack dab in the middle of the pack.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, the middle row for Gran Turismo 7 Group 3 cars is the GTR GT 599, the WRX, the 911, the
I can see
Lancer
the WRX being there.
the Lancer Evolution, the Suzuki VGT, and then the Genesis. That is the middle row of Group 3 cars.
So whatever they did to the WRX in this update has completely destroyed. And I hate this. Every time I find a car that I like, they fucking update something in the physics, and then the car drives like shite. Right? Exactly like that. Only amped by 10. No, I took it to the dealership.
So, but
Okay,
yeah,
shields up.
Adawan's preferred Toyota is actually below the Porsche 911. Yeah. So it's like I said in a previous stream. Group 3 cars got nerfed. I know that's not a Gran Turismo term. It's actually a Call of Duty term. But the Group 3 cars got nerfed.
That's a game term in general.
The Group 4 cars got a buff. So, but unfortunately, next week, it's like I said, it's kind of a sentimental week for me. So I'll be on Watkins Glen all week, and I'll figure out Nuremberg sprint course later. But yeah,
I'm
the top five most powerful cars in Gran Turismo's McLaren F1, GTR, BMW 95, Citroen GT by Citroen Race Car, Viper
terrible
SRT,
car.
Audi R8, Ford GT Le Mans Spec 2 test car, and the Audi R8 LMS Evo. So, yeah, Audi is
Need potions?
represented the most.
Need magics? Okay.
All right, so now what we are going to do is we are going to go back to the test track. And yeah, because in 4 hours, the new daily races will kick off, and Watkins Glen will be daily race C. Actually, just out of curiosity, is there anybody? Nope. Everybody's on Interlagos. Okay.
It's 12. It's midnight now. What time did they change that?
4 o'clock your time.
Well, I'll be asleep before that.
Yeah.
However, I did sleep all day.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not going to be asleep. He'll still be awake.
Well,
And the funny part about it is at 3 o'clock, him and I both are going to go into qualifying time trial. We're going to put in our best absolute time from what we've been practicing all weekend. We're going to take a snapshot of it and we're going to share it because it's the only time that either one of us will be in the top 100.
right? We are being invaded.
It is for me. It is for
It
me.
is for me.
It is for
Even though it
Cabell.
has its frustrating moments.
Yeah, it has its frustrating moments. Yes, it is a considerable. Oh, so says the man who's bitching about Diablo at the moment, or Elden Ring at the moment, or any other damn game he's playing at the moment.
If you like playing Gran Turismo games, it's worth the play. I have a VR and sim rig set up for it, but Mez plays on the controller and he enjoys it just fine. We have been invaded, by the way.
We have. Right. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know where the invader is, but
Okay. So, I mean, obviously, Gran Turismo is PlayStation's version of Forza, so on and so forth. Both both Sims. Okay, and the reason why I say Sims is because I do the bulk of my driving in sport mode, which is a competitive side where I'm racing against everybody in the Americas, North, South, and Central.
that's
Um,
still not a sim.
um, but I haven't got $600 to spend on a racing rig, Cadal.
Okay, he died.
um, but they are both recognized. But they are both recognized by racing bodies as e-sport equivalents to their races.
Yeah, with the exception of Gran Turismo, who lost their funding, so that don't count anymore.
Well, no, because IMSA picked up and the Olympic International Competition Committee picked up Gran Turismo. So whereas, yes, Gran Turismo is still kind of the redheaded stepchild to FIA, everybody else still has them. Forza, on the other hand, does still have
Because they're
all of
lined
the
up.
racing governing bodies with them.
Well, they need to start instituting a similar rules styling as, say, F122. They need to take out your cars repair themselves when you hit the wall or other people.
Okay.
Because you know how many people,
I would not be opposed to that.
you know how many people would stop ramming people if you had to pull into the pit to fix your car because you couldn't get around the track anymore?
That is true. Okay, so I got a really good bad idea. I am,
Story of my life.
well, no, because I'm sitting on 4 million credits at the moment. So I've got the Merc. I think I'm going to go buy a couple of more Group 3 cars. And then I'm going to run through every Group 3 car that I own. Minus the McLaren F1 because I tried that in an earlier stream and I don't know how on God's green earth you drive that car because I cannot drive that car on a controller.
Not on a controller, never. Woo! Talisman pouch.
Actually, you know what? I'm just going to keep the cars I've got. I don't need a Porsche. I don't need a Porsche.
I
Cadal needs
signed
a
with
Porsche.
Porsche. No, my Porsche needs a push. You're always pushing it up the hill. Yep. They're good on the downside. They coast real well. No, airplanes don't go downhill well. That's why runways are made straight and flat. Because airplanes don't go downhill well. Yeah, okay. Left, right, center. No, I didn't have a clue. Okay, so I gotta go through the room, the archway, up the tree, and past the assassin. Up to the tree.
Alrighty, so this is the car that I got my best time in earlier today. Let's see if we can duplicate that and we'll take it from there. We'll just go in alphabetical order. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, where they were at Sonoma? Oh god, yeah. That was awesome. Well, I would recommend GT7, but with well, no, because here's the thing. I've played Forza. I have played Project Cars. I have gone through and yeah, when I decided that I was done blowing people up with Call of Duty, I went through and was like, I'm going to go back to racing games. So I pretty much went through, and I mean, I went through a set of Corsa. I went through all of them that is available for PlayStation, and I keep coming back to Gran Turismo. The one that blew up people in real life so much that it, yeah. Okay, so, okay, yes. But here's the thing. Okay, so you guys had your little special detachment out at RTB. Okay. Night Stalkers has the same thing. I was that. So there comes a point where you're like, okay, it's just now that I've started getting to the point to where I can drink socially again. Because, yeah, all veterans get to that point where they're drinking to make the demons go away, and then there comes that phase where the drinking
They become the drinking.
brings all the demons back. So
yeah, that's why I quit.
Yeah, and I mean that was part of the reason why I had quit. And then, oh, that was beautiful. God, why can't I get all my cars to stick like that? Anyway, Oh my god, that is awesome. Actually, this might be my best time, like, all the live on
Ever.
day. Yeah. Because I came off of that first right-hand turn, and I just stuck that thing beautifully. Unfortunately, I mucked it up after the...
He decided he was going to Matthew McConaughey it. All right, all right, all right.
I'm not
Matthew
watching swinging
McConaughey
it.
cannot ever be a stock car driver, a NASCAR driver, because he can only turn. All right, all right, all right.
That is so cheesy.
It's fucking awesome. Yeah, it's fucking awesome. Just admit it. Nope, you do. Oh, well. You set it up and I'll just... Margaret's shackle.
Oh, had I not mucked up that last part. Nope, that's a penalty. Obviously not if you're raging on about it.
Yep.
Get in there.
Oh. How in the shit did you catch me with that, you lucky sons of bitch?
Okay, so everybody on my stream who's wondering what the hell the other three are talking about, they're playing Elden Rings. It's like I said, and
Rig. Single.
I've made this comment before for those of you who is following I've made the comment before on these streams that if you wanted to follow somebody that actually does multiple games, this is one of the games that Kadal does. He also does Diablo. He does How to Train Your Dragon. Don't listen to Sarge.
Don't listen to Sarge. We won't say what he sucks. That's why he's not in the army anymore.
Oh, we know you do. You're a ranger.
We know you do. You're a ranger.
Let it down.
Okie dokie. I was just waiting for the Grace to show up here. Takes forever. That's somebody messaging me saying, dude, you need to not have these people on your stream anymore.
Now, it is probably, remember me talking about that Russian soldier earlier?
Yes.
That's probably
So,
her.
I got an issue, sir.
Imagine my surprise.
A fog wall barring my way. Apparently I can't fast travel. Fog walls prevent fast travel. I have to do this stupid talk with the maiden yet. They're going to force me to set up a bonfire. Okay, go away, lady. Right? Actually, I'm trying to level up my flask. Can't hold enough in it. Rawr. Yeah, maybe.
So we'll do autopilot for a lap, considering I got a penalty, and I shall check test my bridges.
Yeah. Somebody has to try and hit that. Yeah, still haven't even found patches. No. I guess I'm still, yeah, I'm just gonna. Well, no, you speed ran my other character. This guy, what did we do with this guy? Nothing. Well, because this guy. I'm being summoned.
Not by me.
You're fucked. Madness, bitch. How do you like my shield now?
Alright. So while they are all having like, anger management issues over
This
Elden
is not
Ring,
anger management.
I am going to go through.
That was celebration.
I'm going to jump back out of this party.
We are just, yeah, like I could change my handle from Kadal to the Angry Gamer, no problem.
Because I am actually giving serious consideration to seeing what YouTube can do with this and monetize it. Unfortunately, that also means that I'm going to have to, limit the language on the channel. So, I'll talk to you guys later. Okay. Very sorry about that. Okay, so that was with the AMG. Let's jump in the Aston. Take a drink of the wine. Now, the one thing with all of the updates is they've actually been going through and taking the European cars and turning them into better handling cars. Mainly because in real life, the European cars are better handling cars. Not to take anything away from my Ford or my American-made cars, it's just American cars are known for doing one thing and doing one thing very, very, very well. And that's going in a straight line very, very quickly. Now, when I was going to sign with Aston, this car is the reason why I was going to sign with it. Had I not had that misstep, I would have beat the time. See, I'm doing all of this tonight, and I will go through and probably run a couple of races, and then I'm immediately going to jump on Tidge's YouTube channel as soon as it becomes available, and I will watch his track guide. totally missed the apex on that one. Oh, that is the bad bad. Alrighty. So alrighty. So that was the V12 Vantage that we were able to beat our time on. Let's go with the DBR9. Hang on, but before I do, I need to be a smartass. Share. My eldest. Oh, he's gonna be so mad. Okay, so my eldest Nix also games under the name Toon Kitsune. I believe both accounts actually have this sim, um, and justifiably so because I love Aston Martin as well. I love Aston Martin because of the heritage. So, one of the greatest American car designers was Carroll Shelby. He was a race car driver with a heart condition. He did. He had there's so much truth to Ford versus Ferrari as it pertains to Carroll Shelby personally. Maybe not that entire story, but to Carroll Shelby personally. And Aston Martin was a little no-name company that didn't have a big, huge budget. So just as Carroll Shelby took a chance on Aston Martin took a chance on Carroll Shelby. And as a result, in 1959, for Aston Martin, Carroll Shelby won the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And I do apologize to my eldest that WrestleMania was a letdown. Okay, so let's see what we can do in what I affectionately love to call my eldest's car. Wow. Seriously? So in this car, okay, so you've seen the screen before. So in this car, they're adding over 400 pounds to the DBR9. And they're taking away 60 horsepower. What is that? 62? 72 horsepower away from this car. Okay, well, if that's the case, then that 149.8 that I got in the Vantage needs to be a lot lower if you're going to nerf a car that much. Take a hit off my vape, take a sip of my wine. Red wine. No, it's pink. Anyway. Ah, good stuff. All right, here we go. Go DDR9. Now, keep in mind, my eldest Nix drives his car considerably better than I do. Stay away from the yellow line because that damn thing is a... Okay, so in the Merc, I was able to attain 157 miles an hour. In the Fords, I can get up to 160, and there's 157 miles an hour. Oh, that was the bad. Okay, Nix, I'm sorry, buddy. I'll make it up on the next lap. This is just the out lap. It doesn't count anyway. Now, the shifting points on the Aspens are different than any other car. Now, what that means is they have taller gears, so you can actually not have to worry about, for a rear-wheel drive car, for a front-engine rear-wheel drive car like that, I just floored it. Okay, and the Mustang, I would have been spinning out. Oh, get back over here. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Actually, I may be able to hit 160 in this car on that straight. Now that I think about it. No, not going to hit 160. Now, Nick scrapes his car as a manual transmission on the controller, mainly because he's younger and he's got better finger dexterity. Wait, that sounded really dirty. Anyway, so as a result, he will actually be able to take some of these corners a lot better than what I am. Whereas I am an automatic transmission, so I have to go through and kind of give the brakes a little love tap from time to time. Okay, 7 slower. Now again, they went through and Aston, like this particular car, okay, last time we were here on a Group 3 race, I couldn't get this far without spinning out. So they've done a lot of changes to the physics prior to this last update that did a massive overhaul of the physics. Hang on, not right there. Okay. But they've made the Aston better handling. That was horrible. Okay, so don't take that line. One nice part about it is when Nick does get in this car, based on what I'm seeing so far, he really, other than this corner, doesn't need to come out of third gear. And that third gear, it's not spinning around the corners. As you will see in the BMW in a little bit. Okay, so 49.8 and the Aston Martin Vantage V12. Really not able, I don't think we're going to be able to match that in the DVR9. Nick's will probably be able to. He'll do a lot of cussing and then, oh yeah, no. Okay. Alrighty, I have too much respect for my eldest to keep ruining this car that way. Because, yeah, I'm pretty much ruining that car. Okay, so next on the agenda is the Z4. Hang on, I need to check too. Yeah, I know everybody has a problem hearing me over the Aston and the BMW Z4. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, polyphony has, like, you're in certain cars, you swear to God they have amped the volume up. So, I do apologize. Okay, so for those of you who will find this later, Nix, my eldest, is actually watching the stream and commenting to me via YouTube. So, yeah. Hang on a second. I have to respond to this text message. That's a naughty. Alrighty, so Z4. So again, right now my fastest lap is in the Aston Martin. Now the funny part about it is when I was doing practice earlier, now I didn't do every car that I own, and I'm going to do every car that I own. Okay, no, I'm not doing every car that I own because I own 3Z4s. Obviously, if I do it in one, it's good enough for the others. So I did the Merc, did the V12, did the DVR. Right now, my fastest car is the V12. I'm going to do the Z4, the M3, the M6. Technically, I could do both of the M6s because if you look down here, okay, M6 GT3 Endurance, performance point 720. Sprint model 732, so now they're saying they're separate cars, but in all actuality they're not. This one doesn't have fog lamps. This one does. Okay, and then the Viper, I've got two. Why? How did I get two Vipers? Why do I have two Vipers? When did I buy two Vipers? Anyway, now these little mamma jammers, yeah, these I know because I bought these. Yes, I love the GT40 Le Mans spec race cars so much that I bought 5 of them. But if it's any consolation, I've got 3 Mustangs. Yeah, and I've got 3 GTs. I got 1 F-Type. Cars that I probably won't do are these 3. But I'm probably going to end up doing them anyway just because. Oh, and this little schizophrenic little child, the McLaren F1. So, but yeah, it is the good. Okay, so that line's even cheesy for me, but I'm gonna go ahead and send it anyway. Alrighty, so back up here to the Z4. Make sure we got the right tires on, which I do. Happy days. Alright. So, so I'm going to mute my mic for a moment, grab another glass of wine. I'll be back with you just momentarily. Alrighty, and I am back. Alrighty, so let's take the Z4 out. Now, this was my baby for the longest time. Like, it was my go-to car, and a lot of that had to do with the fact of I wanted. Okay, so when I first started doing this, I was all about the. Um, I was all about the manufacturer, okay, and I didn't take the time. I didn't take the time to do the research that I needed to do. So I jumped in the BMW M6, spun it around a lot. Was just horrible with it. And then I was sitting there watching a Super GT video, and Super GT, 30-second penalty, crossed the line. Super GT went through and said that the Z4 was a much better Group 3 car than the M6. Absolutely. Oh, that's atrocious. Oh, that is, yeah, such the bad. Fortunately, it's the outlap, so it doesn't count. that, Vandals. We all know I could have easily beat. Easily beat that Aston Martin time. Alright. Sorry about that, kids. Needed to send a text message. Happy days. Alright. Now, the one thing to keep in mind about Watkins Glen, okay, case in point, this little schizophrenic little corner, that corner, even though you really can't see it, is mildly off camber, uphill. So as a result, you end up with this weird vehicle behavior. Same with this. Which is why you'll notice when you start racing that, people have a tendency to slow down a little bit more than what you would think they would. Because, well, they have to, because that's actually mildly off camber. And when you take these cars with this kind of horsepower and you let the dogs out, probably would have stayed on the track had I not let off, but just the error on the side of caution. Now the one thing about Watkins Glen is your brake points are so close to where your markers are for your time checks. It is very easy to miss your brake check because you're in the process of seeing, am I making progress or am I losing progress? Oh, that was atrocious. Does not appear that my little Z4 that could can. That's atrocious. Okay, next up is the text message. Alrighty. Oh, time for the M3. God, this car's got so few miles on it. Okay, so of the Group 3 BMW cars, this is the most expensive. This is Ford equivalent to the GT Le Mans spec to race car. And it's already got hard tires on it, but it does make a pretty sound. It does. Alrighty. So my question is how do I... Hang on, let me check something out. Take a swig of wine. Go over here to the sound controller sound button. Okay. Nix, if you're still there, do me a favor and let me know if any of this helps. But on the flip side of that, I don't want to turn it down so loud that I can't hear it, because unfortunately I'm one of those guys, I need the sound of the engine to know where I'm at. Not because I'm some great racer, but because, yeah. This thing handles atrociously. Oh, it is the bad. Is that a penalty? Yes. Sad pants. Oh dear Lord, this schizophrenic little red-headed stepchild. Alright, let's see. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Okay, I think we're going to call the M3 good for testing. Let's see. Endurance sprint, endurance sprint, endurance sprint, endurance sprint, endurance sprint, endurance sprint, endurance. I just like the car. I just like the looks of this car better. Yes, I could have done a better paint job on it. I'll be the first to admit it. Let's see here. Hang on, got to send a... Alright, so, hang on, before I start all this foolishness, I got other foolishness I got to do. Alrighty, there we go. Happy, 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 happy day days. Happy, 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 happy day days. That'll work. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Oh, well, shit. Alrighty, BMW M6 Endurance model. Let's see what we got. I don't know. I get the fact that, I mean, there's mild differences between the Sprint and the Endurance model. I don't know what it is. Those fog lights, they just get me. They do. I love me some fog lights. Okay, so... full power! Now, the one thing that I've got to give the BMW credits for is, I mean, all of the BMWs have probably got the best brakes of any car in the game. Downside to it is especially on this track, because of how many off-camber corners there are, it is so easy to, like, just whip that ass end around. And not in a good way. Case in point. Okay, can I get 160 miles an hour in this car on this series? I'm literally just throwing this car around this track. And apparently it's working. Like I said, Polyphony went through and changed the driving dynamics of the European cars where they handle so much better. They're actually like proper driving cars now. Downside to it is they're still holding on to the model of Americans can only make cars that go fast in a straight line. Come on, 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 come on. There we go. BMW M6 is now my fastest car. Oh! And there's that schizophrenic little, yeah. Yeah, this is why, I mean, I'm like, like, seriously. Wait a minute, we reset me? What? Okay, get out. That is some hardcore foolishness. Okay, so. Change car. Where are we at here? Oh, we're off to Island's favorite little baby. It's the Corvette. I swear to God, it is. It is made in Bowling Green, Kentucky. By some very, actually, I mean, don't get me wrong, I was being a smartass with that accent, but I mean, hey, I'm from Texas, so I mean, the South can make fun of the South. Anywho, but they are some very skilled individuals. Alrighty, let's see what this deck can do. Okay, so you may be wondering why I am pushing cars so hard on the outlap when it really doesn't matter about the outlap. Okay, so I actually use the outlap as a gauge, and I mean, barring me coming out with a 3-second track violation, pit lane, you crossed the line, stuck your tongue out at the marshal, he's upset at you, second penalty. But like earlier today, I went through and I got outlap in the AMG of like 143.0 from the pit lane, and that ended up being my fastest car in the earlier test. Probably would have been faster had I not been drifting that corner. That was atrocious. Why did I come out of the brakes on that? That's a penalty. And another penalty. I'm going to be watching this going, what in the hell are you doing with my car? Okay, we'll do one more lap. That was an ugly corner sequence, I gotta be honest. Okay, one more lap. See what we can do. Oh. Oh, that was my fault. That was not the car, that was me. Okay, so even if you hold it wide open, you cannot make that corner. Oh, shit. I believe that happened. Oh, help me. Hold that thought. Alrighty, I'm back. I will drink your last beer, but I will not wreck you. Okay, so what's next on the agenda? Going in alphabetical order. So, the Viper. The Dodge Viper. Wait a minute, where am I? There we go, that's what I was looking for. Okay. Okay, so fun fact about the Dodge Viper. Okay, so everybody went through and was kind of like, why does the Dodge Viper have the two racing stripes? That was actually done to pay homage for Carroll Shelby, who put two stripes on his Shelby Cobras. So everybody seems to think that Carroll Shelby had a relationship with Ford. No, Carroll Shelby had a relationship with Lee Iacocca. Okay, Lee Iacocca was one of the chief designers of the Mustang. Was on the Mustang design team. And despite what the movie says, it was not Lee Iacocca that went to Carroll Shelby to get him to build the car for Le Mans. It was somebody else within Ford. But during that process, Lee Iacocca and Carroll Shelby met and became like awesome friends. So when everything was said and done, because Carroll Shelby really didn't want to work for Ford. He really and truly didn't. But after it was all said and done, it was Lee Iacocca that had the attention of Carroll Shelby, which is why Dodge, while Lee Iacocca was in charge of Dodge, had a Shelby Daytona, or Daytona Shelby edition, car that Dodge had built. So when they came up with the Viper, they took a lot of inspiration from Carroll Shelby, and to pay respect to the man, that's where the two racing stripes down the Dodge Viper comes. And that is your useless automotive history lesson for today. So, did not mean to drift that corner. Yeah, so in the Viper, you can actually stay in fourth gear. Okay, one more lap. see if we can get it clean. We need a clean lap. That was atrocious. That was like really atrocious. Climbing this hill, you want kind of a later apex than just hugging the apex because it's a changing circumference apex. So that was atrocious. No. That is so not going to happen. Hang on a second, I'm going to... Okay, so the Dodge Viper was a wash. Oops. Oh, dear Lord. Children, help me understand. Oh, Lordy. It is the bad. Okay, so now let's get into the Fords. Now, because we went from the Viper, it should be... Actually, you know what? Yeah, let's do it in this order. Because that will make it my race car, which is my preferred Group 3 car, and then the test car, then the Mustang, then the 2018. Immediately followed up with the F-Type, and then I've got one more row. Again, I'm not going to run this because I know how it's going to play out, but I may run the other 5. Excuse me. So, alrighty. Let the festivities begin. Let's jump in my car. Actually, should I jump in my car or Widowman's car? I'll jump in my car. And then afterwards, Yeah. Make sure I've got the right tires on, which I do. Oh god, this car makes a pretty sound. Oh, there is a way to stay in third gear on that. Okay. Now the one thing about really, really fast cars is yes, you do have to brake a little bit earlier, but they have the top end to make up for it. Because again, the whole reason why I have this car is because of this track. Nope, that ain't gonna work. Yeah, it would appear that my race car Okay, if I can get a clean lap. Okay, one more time. Nope. I just had to pull it together this half. Yeah, no. Okay, so yeah. Whereas my race car is where I fell in love with this, or this track is where I fell in love with my race car. Apparently it's not going to work out so well. So, next up, change car. We were in that one. Okay. Let's test the test car. That is actually my fastest outlet all day out of all the cars. That's no big deal. .142.8. Prior to that, my fastest outlap in any car was the Merc AMG at a 143.0. Okay, kids, I need one of my Fords to outdo the damn BMW N6. For the love of God, somebody! Get up the bus stop chicane. That's one of my first major boo-boo in the bus stop chicane. I love you too, June. I do. Got 2 more hours until the racing begins. Alright, let's change clothes. Alright, time for the Mustang. Alrighty. Let's see here. I will be right back. Alrighty, I do apologize for that momentary pause in commentary, but unfortunately I had to what the cycling community likes to call a nature break. So, let's see here. So right now, my red-headed stepchild is the best car that I've got for those of you who find this later, who decided to skip bits and pieces. My red-headed stepchild is the BMW M6. It doesn't matter if it's the endurance model or the sprint model. There we go. They're just, yeah, I can't control those cars. Now, I've got a buddy of mine named Kadal that also streams. He does quite well. Oh, well, no, children. He does quite well with them. I, on the other hand, do not, which is why when I was a BMW driver, I drove the Z4 because I could do that so much better. Now, next up on the list of cars to test out of everything that Mez has in his garage is the only Ford GT 2018 muscle car. Alrighty. I really wish I had a delta counter on this. Yeah, and I pretty much feel that way all over. Oh, sure. Pretty feel that. Oh, no, I don't fully feel that. Oh. Okay, let's try this again. Yeah, I did the auto drive to get me here. Mainly because I didn't want to serve the penalty again, so... Next on the list is... I'll go ahead and run the Jag. No. Oh well. You know what? Let's run Elena. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's not run Elena. Okay, so the only car that I've not seen them change the weight to is the AMG. And they only took a little bit of the horsepower away. Alright, was not paying attention on that one. Let's try that again. Yeah. Alrighty, so I was able to beat my BMW M6 time. I think it was the BMW M6 that I did that with. Got an hour and a half until the races change. So, calm yourself. Hmm. Okay, so can I? Okay, so now I've got a time. It's not an overly respectable time, but I've got a time. Why did I exit? Oh my god, why did I exit? Okay, so alrighty. Actually, I wonder. Hang on. Yeah, we want to quit. Like, quit before we go back in there. And the reason why is because I want to see if somebody familiar already has a track going. Watkins Glen Long Course. Manufacturer's Cup Round 1. Wait, what? Yeah, no. I mean, I'm familiar with Grove Street. Okay, the guy that was on the bottom, I am familiar with him, and he is a really good guy. But I also am realistic in the respect of I have no business in a lobby with him because, well, yeah. I do not know why I am being so stubborn about this, but car settings. Why can I not change my car? car just naturally feels right. Alrighty, guys. I think this is where I'm going to end this stream. I will be back on in about an hour and a half. And we'll figure out what's what. Alright, y'all be good. Back out of there. Yeah, here's the thing. I actually haven't put any miles on today because none of those miles counted. Alrighty. Yeah, I'll be good. See you in a little bit.